Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric here with Iraq Veteran 88. Today we're going to be talking about this awesome Henry all-weather 4570 rifle. But first, you can't break out a 4570 without taking on something with some fleshy consistency. We've got some watermelons down there, and we got a big old ham hock down there that we're going to strike with a 325 grain FTX Hornady Lever Revolution round out of the little Henry here. And then we're going to get into this thing. Let's have some fun here. All right, door number one. Yep. That did it. Let's see. Yeah, door number two. Yeah, nothing left there. All right, now for the ham. I mean, let's just go to the top of the hill. I think that's probably about all we need to see there. All right, guys, well, that 4570 definitely puts a slap down on stuff at close range. We're going to be shooting this all-weather Henry here for you today. Beautiful gun, well-appointed, really what you would come to expect out of a Henry. 4570 is no joke. It's a great hunting cartridge. It's pretty much a quintessential, like 100-yard, in the woods type gun, brush gun, if you will, and it really excels at that. 4570 has a lot of carrying energy to carry through the brush and to just really double lung those animals, especially a larger animal where you're really wanting to get a good, clean, full pass-through shot. It's just got great penetrating potential. You got a wide variety of different bullet weights that are available in 4570, which just is awesome, which I love. But this particular Henry is a real pretty gun. We alluded in a previous video, we had the brass receiver version out. We were shooting it with just the buckhorn iron sights. It was doing quite well, but we alluded that we would throw a scope on that gun. We decided in this video to kill two birds with one stone. And we opted to just go ahead and get the new all-weather out, which is a new lineup for Henry. They haven't been out very long at all, but you've got a brushed stainless. All the metal works are brushed stainless, which gives it a nice non-glare look. You've got hardwood stock that's dyed black, so it's nice and subdued. You've got a rubber butt pad, which, believe me, you want it. Because from the bench especially, this sucker definitely has got some thump to it. We've just got a really basic Weaver base, Weaver rings, and we're running a Loophole VX1 on here. Nice entry-level scope, not a whole lot of scope on it in terms of cost. Very reasonably priced optic. The ammo we're going to be running today, this is some Hornady 325 grain FTX. This is Lever Revolution ammo, and the powder is the Lever Revolution powder they use in this particular loading. It's been running pretty good so far. You probably see this kind of like almost rubbery looking tip. If I take and push this on the table, it kind of like smushes a little bit, so it's somewhat soft, and that way you can get a Spitzer pointed type projectile in a tube feed gun. That's one of the issues with running a Spitzer in a tube feed, is that you can get a detonation in the magazine tube, and that's definitely a big no-go. So they got around that by adding this kind of squishy tip so that it doesn't actually pierce the primers when you get that offset. And the recoil action of the gun, depending on the bullet design, can cause detonations in a tube feed gun. So that's why they generally tell you to stay away from those types of bullets in these types of firearms. It is a front loading gun. It doesn't have a loading gate. It's basically just a magazine tube loaded gun. Now this rifle is almost ready to go here. I'm gonna shut up here and shuck a few rounds in. We've got this gun zeroed for 200 yards dead on the money, which means it's gonna hit high about 5 or 6 inches at 100. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of Kentucky windage. We want to shoot the gun to a little bit longer ranges just to show the capability of the rifle. And plus, it's just fun, why not? So we've already hit some stuff of very fleshy consistency. Let's shoot a few pieces of steel here and just see what happens. I can feel my teeth rattling now.
I can feel your teeth rattling from back here.
I do, I do.
You can have at it.
I know. And these guns, don't get me wrong, they don't kick that bad. They do require just a little bit of time behind them to really know exactly what is what in terms of shooting them accurately. They do kick hard. You do have to have very disciplined action, and it's not really a range gun, okay? I mean, this is one of those things that going to take you a little bit of time to get used to. 4570 kicks. But everything's a trade-off, guys. You want a good, powerful cartridge like 4570, you're gonna have to trade off somehow. Let's just see if we got our Kentucky windage hold here. And I'm gonna try to drill that plate at 100 yards.
Your Kentucky elevation, you mean?
Kentucky elevation. Well, we might have some Kentucky windage too.
All right.
Chad.
Go ahead and run it. Remember, about 5 inches high. I went right over the head.
Right over the top of his noggin, huh?
Oh boy.
Well, you gotta think, I am aiming at a very small target down there. I'm trying to hit the D28 right in the face. But if we were shooting at a deer, we'd have us a dead Bambi on the ground, no problem.
Give it a center hold on that top duplex point. Right over his head.
Right over the top.
Sure you're not pulling those shots?
No, I'm not pulling them. Oh boy.
Bambi would just be standing there looking at you.
No, Bambi wouldn't, because if I was aiming at right in the boiler room, both those rounds would have been right there. We're trying to hit a very small target at 100. All right, you ready?
Yep. Right over the head.
I don't understand how that could be happening. All right, let me shoot just a little lower then.
Yeah, it's hitting about 2 inches right over the top of the head.
2 inches over the top?
Wide.
What did I say, about 6 inches high?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're all right there together though, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, your elevation was good. Windage was off to the left. You hit the small round at 200.
Oh, good grief.
I mean, those rounds are like directly in line with the head, so that 200-yard zero, I mean, it's spot on the money.
Huh. All right.
Now.
That went right past his head. I saw that at 100 there.
What are you doing?
I don't know, man. I'm aiming low. I don't know what to tell you unless they're hitting higher than I thought they were.
I don't know. They were hitting pretty good earlier.
Yeah, guys, this is one of those examples in these videos where you're just learning along with us. Like we're not editing anything. This is just the way things happen at the range. We don't edit out the silliness. I mean, we kind of leave that in there because you need to understand the reality.
There's plenty of silliness.
Well, and the thing is too, in a hunting gun, you need to know what's going on with your hunting gun. If you're going to take this out and take a shot at a deer, you need to know what's going on. So if I'm going to go, oh, well, I'm going to run a 200-yard zero, well then dang it, I need to know where it's hitting. Now, we're running the 200-yard zero for demonstration purposes in the video. Normally, we'd probably zero this thing at 50 or 100 and be done with it. We're just trying to show the capabilities at a little bit longer range. I'll tell you what, let's do that. Let's shoot out to 200 and then we'll work our way back in, Chad.
All right, make sure you aim at 200 now, not 3.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, so
what do you want me to shoot?
Why don't you start on the left there? Hit that half-size D28.
All right, let's see if we can peg him.
Just about spot on, so.
It should be.
All right, run it. Oh, yeah.
All right, more or less dead on at 200. I'm going to shoot a group there at 2 and just see if we can pop a few in there, Chad, and see what we're working with here.
That was just a little bit high in the shoulder there.
Okay. They ought to call this rifle the Brutus. That's what it is. It's a Brutus. What is that character's name from Popeye?
Brutus.
He is Brutus.
Right?
Yeah. This is like that character from Popeye the Sailor in gun form. That's what this gun is.
I think it's Brutus. I'm going to be embarrassed if it's not, because I used to watch Popeye.
It's okay. All right. I'm not going to be able to shoot now because that's all I'm going to be able to think about.
Well, blow me down.
Well, Popeye.
Get it. Oh, yeah.
Puts them right in there. All right. Not shooting too terrible at 200. We might even pop her out to a little bit longer distance. All right, one more shot at 2 here.
Stack those two right on top of each other.
All right, I tell you what. I lied. One more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. This trigger breaks nice. It really is a nice clean trigger. Smooth action. These rifles really are nice.
It's a lot better than a Marlin dangling trigger.
Yeah.
You know, out of the box anyways.
There you go.
Stack those shots right in there. I mean, that's a maybe 3-inch group.
At 200?
200, yeah.
Not bad. I'll tell you what, I've got an idea where this thing is at 3. Let's pop a few shots out to 3.
Well, you just Popeye away.
Yeah, no pun intended, right? When you think about Popeye the Sailor Man. Yeah, so like we went in opposite directions. So like on the on the first 4570 video we did on the brass receivered gun, we were killing everything at 100 and then missing out like 2 and 3. And then now I got the scope on it and I can't hit it at 100 and I'm shooting out the 2 and 3. So hey, whatever, it's okay.
I didn't even think about it that way.
Hey, that's all right. You know, this gun can do really anything you want it to do. I mean, you see the groups that we're getting at 200 there are very exceptional. We did some preliminary accuracy testing with this gun at 100 yards, and most of the groups that I was shooting were between, I'd say between 1 inch and 2, depending on how weenie bird I'm getting behind this thing. 'Cause, yeah, this is a tough gun to shoot from the bench accurately. After a while, you're about 2 or 3 boxes in, and you're going to start developing bad habits behind this joker. So.
Well, and don't forget, I mean, shooting it from the bench is kind of, it's probably off from what you would be doing in a field situation. You know,
it
you'd
is.
be shooting
This is a
offhand
very
or from some sort of rest.
untypical situation that you'd be looking at for this rifle. But hey, who cares? I'm just going to go for it. That gong down there at 3, I think I know about where to hold.
All right, you're going for the 22-inch round, right?
I am.
You got it on the top edge about 2 o'clock.
That joker gets out there too. That little 325 slicing through the air, you can hear it going down range.
Favoring that top right corner there.
That's fine. Let's shoot a group.
Go ahead.
All right. That's more like it. Wouldn't you say?
I would say so. Yep, still favoring the top edge there.
Well, I've got a hold that's working pretty well though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You do. You're at the top edge of the gong though, but you're on it.
The loading procedure for this Henry is exactly like the other gun. You've basically got a tube. You just unscrew the little tube out of the little knurl part, open her up, drop them in the magazine. Obviously, for the purposes of this video, I'm just kind of single loading them just to kind of speed things up a bit. But overall, very smooth gun. It's shooting well. Trigger's nice. I mean, even though we're running kind of a lower price set of rings, a lower price base, I mean, on this rifle, I tried to go as entry level as I possibly could, you know, to some degree. I mean, now Leupold VX1 is a very nice optic. It's just a duplex, real simple setup. Nothing overly glorious. In fact, this sling is one that I pulled off one of my grandpa's old rifles. So I didn't even buy a sling for it. I already had one laying around. So just trying to keep this project kind of as cheap and simple and entry level as possible, just to show people what this type of gun can do for you. Your results may vary, just like anything else. All right, one more shot at 300 there. This is some deer medicine right here, boys and girls.
All right in there in that top area.
Yep.
About an 8-inch group, give or take.
8-inch group for a 4570 at 300. I'll take that.
You got to
especially considering that your average person ain't gonna shoot it that far.
No, but that's definitely a deer boiler room area.
Yes, it is.
As long as you can place
Boiler
the
room.
shot
I
right.
like that. Somebody needs to put that on the shirt.
In the boiler room.
Right over the top.
Spoke too soon. Right over the top.
All right, now going back to 100 yards. Now, dang it, we're gonna hit this 100-yard target. I can't believe I'm shooting right over the top of that dang thing.
Dude, just go for center mass. Quit trying to hit him in the head.
Well,
just aim there at the bottom of the plate.
And put a big old 4x8 sheet of plywood down there at 100.
You might need it.
All right, right in the center.
Go ahead. There you go. Just scalped him.
Oh, man.
You barely got it on there.
All right, hang on. Let's shoot a group. Make sure I didn't get lucky. I tell you what though, based on what I'm seeing here though, I don't think I'd go with a 200-yard zero for your average deer hunting. I mean, this is just to demonstrate the gun. In a hunting situation, you probably want to go ahead and dial this thing down to like 50 or 100 yards and everything like that.
Yeah, I like a 50-yard zero for a 45-70
yeah,
personally.
50-yard zero is fine. Let's see.
Oh yeah.
Boy, I'm gonna have to have some icy hot later. I'm gonna have to get Brandy to rub my shoulders after today, man. Woo! I love it though, because if this gun is hurting my shoulder, you know what that means? It means that downrange, there's some nasty stuff going on and you don't want to be down there.
Nope.
What is that whole equal opposite reaction thing, that Newton's law? Who was that guy?
That guy?
Johnny, well, you come up with some redneck name for Isaac Newton. Yeah. You know, us unlearned rednecks don't know anything about the world. We're uncultured. Oh, now that
right
one
over the top again.
That one I went right over the top of him there. Well, those two rounds stacked right on top of each other. Let's see if I can do my part and keep them in there now. The whole world's watching. The deer are watching too, because we hunt here. We don't want
Probably. If he's got the silver gun, don't worry, he won't hit you.
Yeah, just walk out in front of him. He ain't gonna be able to hit you at 100. Right over the top of his noggin.
Actually, you were just to the left.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, that thing sailed just to the
Boy,
left of him.
I tell you, little gun is working just fine. Hopefully in today's video, you guys can see, you know, just how well this rifle really performs. I mean, I really feel like that first time around with the brass frame gun, I knew the gun could shoot a lot better, and I do feel like this gun is really shooting great. You know, if I can deliver the goods, it's definitely giving me whatever I put into it. And in terms of just the construction of the gun, it's just awesome. You know, it's American-made rifle, which that's one big thing that Henry is really proud of, is the fact that these are completely American-made. We run American-made rings, American-made base, American-made scope. So pretty cool there. You know, it's definitely an Americana type hunting rifle. One thing that I probably failed to mention earlier, we did have to remove the rear sight. You know, it has buckhorn sights from the factory, and this gun does as well. But we did remove the buckhorn sight in order to drop our VX1 on here. I'm definitely going to try to get out and slam some whitetails with this thing at some point. I've been on a bit of a black powder kick myself, trying to get some black powder kills in over the last couple of years, and it's tough. It's a challenge to get out there and deer hunt with black powder, especially in the way that I do it. You know, I bought a Whitworth recently, a Pedersoli Whitworth, and I've been wanting to get out and try to kill some deer with the Whitworth. So that's something I probably got to get under my belt first. But you can load 45-70 with black powder as well. So if you're just really feeling adventurous, you could certainly, you know, and especially if you don't want this thing to kick the ever-loving mess out of you, you could probably load black powder and be a nice little push and not quite so much for the mousy types out there. I'm not recoil shy by any stretch of the imagination, guys. I don't mind this kind of stuff. I love shooting these guns. I'll sit here and shoot 10 more boxes if you want me to. But I love 45-70. I know you guys have heard me say it before, but it really is a great caliber for close range deer hunting and really just any type of hunting where you really gotta, you know, just put some power down range, especially at close range. And you guys might be familiar with the brush guns video we did. Well, this gun was in that particular video, and we showcased it, and a lot of you guys were asking for a review. So we thought that we would kill two birds with one stone and scope the little girl here and show what she's capable of. If you want to see more stuff with any of these rifles, let me know. Is there a certain type of lever action rifle you'd like to see on this channel? Let me know. Is there a certain Henry that you want to see me showcase? By the way, Henry has their Long Ranger out, the 308. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. I'm probably going to be getting one of those out to take some test shots. We've got 600 yards available here at the farm. So definitely expect us to get that rifle out before too long. And guys, I'll also try to keep the scoping options for it really, really simple, just so you guys can see that type of arrangement, what you're dealing with. So thank you very much for watching today's video. We really enjoyed making it. Hopefully you got a nice glimpse of the all-weather here. Beautiful gun. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you next time.